for a new contract. And if he keeps playing like this, if I were Dallas, I'd sign him sooner rather than later because the price tag will keep going up with more performances like the one we saw on Sunday.
To throw is Prescott. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there on the first play of the game. 49 yards. Well, how about a deep ball on the first play from scrimmage, putting that secondary on notice?
Brandon, all I remember when I was a player is that we always took a test the night before the game about teams' tendencies and what they plan to do. I'm not sure we think deep ball right out of the gate and putting us back on our heels.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. The offensive starters now for the Cowboys.
It's so good to see big number 72, Travis Frederick, back in a Cowboys uniform. Remember, he missed all of last season with Guillain-Barré syndrome. And prior to that, he'd been to the Pro Bowl 4 straight times at center. And his return, a huge boost to the offensive line. Better to have him in uniform than coaching.
Well, using Zeke Elliott in the passing game, that's something Cowboy fans are getting used to. Last year, 77 receptions. And you think back to his rookie season, he had 32 and then 26 his second year. But he's really on the uptick. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Prescott from the gun. It's caught. And it's 8-0. Well, I guess the opening drive touchdown wasn't enough. They wanted 2 instead of 1 on top of that.
Well, this team is obviously going for the crusher. All right, they don't want to mess around with just kicking the standard extra point and kind of letting you off the hook for giving up the touchdown. Now they want to really rub your face in it and say, guess what? We're going to be doing this all game long.
And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago. It's Derrick Henry. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, second and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On second down, here's Henry. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. And we roll now on the graphics for the offensive starters.
Let's take a look at the left tackle, Taylor Lewan. A big, gregarious guy with great athletic ability, plays the game with a little bit of an edge. In fact, he doesn't play to the whistle. He plays to the echo of the whistle.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Mariota, and that's complete to Lewis. And he will have the 1st down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early when you got a distance count.
Mariota throwing complete there to Walker. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 18.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Ryan Suckup on for the point after. He's got it, so they take just the 1 here, and that makes it an 8-7 game in the 1st. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and it ends with a Tennessee score. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Elliott. Wesley Woodyard there on the tackle.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half. Maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
3rd and short yardage, Prescott. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. With Cole Beasley now in Buffalo, you think that might open up some more targets for Michael Gallup. Last year as a rookie, 33 catches for the Dallas Cowboys. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And always a good 1st half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have...
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Short kick. One of the... Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That's good for 28 yards.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover one. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
A first down carry for Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
On second and 12, Mariota. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Mariota to throw it. Caught right side. It's Lewis. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read. Better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. They start on the ground with Elliott. Oh, it breaks another. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. He's at the 30, past the 20. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys are able to show off their quick strike ability. But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ballgame. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Going right side, he has Winton, and he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the... Now a hit and a loose football. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. We're going to shut you down. Oftentimes when we talk about piling on in any subject, it's a negative. In this case, for this team, it's a real positive. Just scored. Now they go down, knock the ball free, get it back. They got a chance to really increase their lead and put themselves in the driver's seat. On the other side, a little insult added to the injury. They're in a bad spot. A first down carry by Elliott. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. On second and 7, Prescott. Cameron Wake makes plays like that look simple because I think he plays with excellent leverage. Really does a nice job of being lower than the offensive guys trying to block him. He gets underneath them and goes up and down the line of scrimmage to make those types of plays. They kept him to a short run play there.
Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The last 2 plays, each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. 10th carry now for Elliott. And they're going to stop him short of the 1st down as he's tackled at about the 21. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And it's complete. They're going to get the first. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Big 4th down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on 4th down? And, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Mariota now to throw on 1st down. Sets up the screen to Lewis. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A good 1st down call as the screenplay gets them 9. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Mariota. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half.
Hey, watch the screen, watch the screen.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack. Malik Collins forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They're on their toes, and they're getting at them.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They're going to try the jet sweep on 3rd and long. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Brett Kern now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Here's Austin. Able to fight through 1 tackle. We have hit halftime. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Brett Maher on for the extra point. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this is going to be hauled in. Oh, what a catch at the 10. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
We all know that teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start things on 1st down with Dion Lewis. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Show that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Henry. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
2 yards, good enough for a 1st. A 1st down throw for Mariota. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Running jet sweep here, Humphries. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Taking it in from 24 yards out. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit.
After allowing that last score, the defense knows they've got to tighten things up. Otherwise, they'll let them right back into the game.
Suckup for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 22. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And a long run there in the end to top it off. Now it's Ryan Suckup on after the touchdown to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. And I think he'll like this little montage. He's hit pay dirt 3 times.
This feels like good scouting and preparation throughout the week has turned into excellent execution. I mean, the job that they've done up front, creating the spaces for him, and, of course, his nose for the end zone, it's a terrific combination.
Now he's looking maybe for a 4th touchdown run. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And another tackle broken. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. 30, 10, touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 77 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. His throw caught right around the 6. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Oh, boy, rubbing a little salt in the wound there, going for 2 up this big.
You know, there's one time when I played, Brandon, and played against a team that was just absolutely pile driving us. And they ended up going for 2 late in the game. And I asked one of the guys, why'd you do that? He said, because we wanted to win by more. That feels like that type of situation.
Wow. Well, it could also result in a melee later, though. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Short kick. One of the up mid will take it down. And solid field position here to start as they get it out to the 40-yard line.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic. But if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move.
Oh, and Lewis lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
That's right, baby. They don't want it.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. And that is incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Cowboys will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They'll run on 1st down. Elliott. And he's only able to work this from the 8 to the 10 for a pickup of 2. For Zeke, what a first 3 years he's had in the NFL. Last year, his 2nd rushing title, 1,434 yards. Not as many as 1,631 that he had as a rookie, but still his yards per game average was the best in the National Football League. On 3rd down, Elliott. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. The 30, the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Well, I'm just not sure what more we can say about him after that one.
But we're certainly going to give it a try, aren't we? Because I believe we're watching greatness personified.
Oh, and it's a fake. They'll try and throw for him. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Titan offense now as they make their way back onto the field. And here we are. Almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Mariota to Lewis on the draw. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Third and long here for Mariota. He finds Humphries. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Back now in Arlington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working out of the gun, Mariota. Walker with a grab, left side. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 17 more yards. They had 17 on the previous snap as well.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Mariota. And his throw here is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Taywan Taylor, but it'll be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Mariota now, escaping the pressure right. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 31-yard line.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, we got to get this stopped.
Mariota on 1st down. Out to the right to Humphries. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Mariota now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Play fake to Henry. Now Mariota. And it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Off play action to Henry. Here's Mariota. And that is caught. Walker. Touchdown, Titans. Delaney Walker. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Titans are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit.
That's a whole lot of points still to be down. But congratulations, they're still fighting, and they scored another touchdown.
Like my old high school coach used to say, Charles, he said, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and sometimes you wish you never had showed up.
Could have saved the gas money, the hotel, what have you, huh?
Extra point up and good by Suckup as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. And the Cowboys are able to recover. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Forced out to his left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Rashad Evans, the linebacker, recording the sack there. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Down right around the 25. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on third down.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Watch the slack.
They go to Elliott again. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This
but
one of our
she's
guys.
singing too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
So Dak will bring the Cowboys up to go for the 2-point try. Here's Prescott. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this? Be honest.
Don't forget to
his ammo going
exactly. Realize how poorly everything went for and never forget it. Again, and who knows, you may meet up with this team.
Incomplete as well. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep See if we can get something to go. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. The tank, DeMarcus Lawrence with a sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
So 4th and 15, but the offense is staying out there to go for it. To throw Mariota. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now possession's going to go over the 20-yard line. Throwing here, Prescott.
What you got, Abby? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go.
And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Prescott. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking for the end zone. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. This is Elliott. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points.